Hello everyone, I have another review. This particular review is from the Premier Collection from Thomas Nelson. This is the new King James Version, the single column reference. You can see the box before you. This is the Comfort print. And I want to specify, when I say comfort print, I am not talking about giant print or large print. It has to do with the way the text looks as far as readability goes. When you get the Bible, there's the box. There's the back, so you can see right there, 10.5 point font, so it's not a 12 or a 14 like a giant print could be. You have the Smithsonian, it's edge lined, it's a goat skin. The paper is a little thicker than most Bible papers, but not by much. This is black letter, so please keep that in mind. You're not getting any sort of red letter at all. And when you open it up, and get this paper around it, it comes in this really durable and really soft feeling goat skin. My understanding is that this internal part right here is a synthetic, but I could be wrong on that. I have to double check on that, but it's still pretty quality. You're not going to get this idea of like a really stiff paper that some Bibles have. Got your goat skin leather cover stamp there. You got the gold around. Oops. You can see that it is in fact edge line, not a paste down liner. There's the spine, top to bottom. Really nice ribbons that you saw on the back of the box. Definitely thicker than a lot of Bible ribbons that I've seen, and they have a good feel to them, which is going to sound weird, but you can tell that sometimes you get these ribbons and they just feel flimsy. These don't feel that way at all. There's the placement of the ribbons. You do have the gold on the edges of the paper. And let's just go through this a little bit. Presentation page, Bible stuff, and just going to open this up here to Book of Proverbs, kind of give you an idea on how it looks. You can see the verses and then the reference column over here. A couple things that I was a little surprised. The font being 10.5 is really good. Like I said, it's that comfort print, easy to read. But these references on the side are a little smaller than I would have liked. It does make it real interesting, and it's sometimes difficult if you're doing some intense cross-referencing to go from a 10.5 to something that small. You can definitely do some eye strain and maybe a little eye fatigue. Wasn't really happy about that. The other thing too is you'll notice that this is not a verse by verse. And what I mean by that is you'll have, there's, for example, this is Jeremiah. There's verse 24, verse 25. A verse by verse is probably closer to the one you saw there in Proverbs. Let me pull that over for you, so you guys can see that. See how it has, there's verse 3, there's verse 4, there's verse 5, 6, etc. That's verse by verse. Those are really nice, particularly for teaching from. So this particular edition does not have that. There is, I want to call it a decent concordance. It's not exhaustive by any stretch of the imagination in the rear, but it's good. It should do well for just some general study. And then you also have some really good maps in the back, well colored, easy to read. You got a 1-year reading plan just before the maps. And there's the concordance. The back again, you see the edge lining there. Again, the gold goes all the way around. I was a little surprised at the thickness of this one. There is a thin line edition of these Bibles out there. I have not seen one. I have not really looked at them, so I can't comment. But when you look at this, I have a couple thin lines from some other publishers, and they're about half this thickness. And I consider my hands long for most people, so this felt a little blocky even for me holding it, and that kind of didn't set well with me. So I would probably use something like this as a desk copy or a table copy or something like that, where you're not going to be moving it a lot, not going to be holding it a lot. I recommend you do not use this in like a backpack or briefcase for a carry. It's not the lightest of Bibles. There is some density to it, and like I said, with that thickness, it's tough. I know the 10.5 point font is kind of a good font size to be able to read easy versus say something like a Pitt Minion, which is somewhere in the 7.5 range, or even a large print compact, which is kind of in the 8 point range. These 10 point, 10.5, 11 point font Bibles are a lot easier to read, but with that size of the font comes size of the Bible. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys. It's not something I would go towards. If they had a large print thin line, which I think they have, but I'm not really sure on that. If they did, I would probably lean towards that, or even just going with the thin line itself and avoiding this thicker Bible. I don't really need a desk copy or a table copy of something like this. I prefer something a little bit more portable, but again, that's just me. Hope that helps. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to let me know, and I will have another review for you another time. Thanks.